I used to serve hundreds of burgers a day, and it messed with my head. Not because a job is hard, but because of how normal some things were, how automatic, how people don't even think about it anymore. And if you do think deeper into things, you're the weird one. I've worked a lot of jobs. I started working at the age of 15, baling hay, then fast food, eventually telemarketing, janitor, retail, early mornings, long shifts, late nights, and then eventually I got a job at a dining hall for a university, all-you-can-eat dining hall, an all-you-can-eat dining hall on the grill station where I would serve burgers and chicken. So cows and chicken, the very victims I was trying to save. And that part hit differently because by then I wasn't just clocking in. I was already thinking deeply about animals, about suffering, about systems, corruption, and compassion. So I'd stand there sweating, flipping burgers, orders stacked, people impatient, and it felt like I was trapped inside of a machine I didn't believe in anymore. Hundreds of burgers a day. It felt like thousands. I mean, honestly, my numbers might be off. It might be closer to like 1,000 because we served a lot. I mean, there is a lot of students, but I'm going to play it safe and say hundreds of millions. Hundreds, day after day. And no one really seeing it, not seeing the scale, not seeing the disconnect, just hunger, habit, convenience. And I don't say that with hate. I say it with honesty because I was inside of it too. Sometimes on my breaks, I would go outside, play my songs on guitar in my superhero suit, costume, clothes. And I would play my original music with vegan messages and themes. Just trying to reach someone, trying to interrupt the noise for a moment. And I'll be real, at first, a lot of the time, it felt pointless. People would joke. People would roll their eyes and scoff. Some would grab more food just to mess with me and say something as I'm preparing their burger. And there were moments when I genuinely felt like the system was winning and I was screaming into a hurricane of suffering and apathy. And that messed with my head. Because once I started feeling the weight of suffering, not abstractly, but emotionally, it didn't just make me sad. It made me angry. It made me feel numb at times. It made me feel like I was carrying something poisonous around in my chest all the time. And the hardest part isn't even the cruelty specifically. It's the apathy. The quiet, deadening space where people go, yep, that's sad. Anyway. And when you see that long enough, persistently, so much, you start asking yourself, am I crazy for caring this much? Because society rewards detachment. It rewards convenience. It rewards not thinking or feeling too deeply. And the people who feel too deeply often get labeled dramatic, extreme, sensitive, emotional. But I couldn't shut it off. I go home exhausted, mentally fried, carrying it all. The scale, the suffering, the disconnect. I'd sit there thinking, how do you stay human in a world that runs on numbness? But here's the part that kept me moving. Even though most moments felt invisible, every once in a while, someone would come back saying something like, hey, I thought about what you said, or you got me questioning things, or I changed some stuff because of what I heard you share, or more rarely, but it did happen a couple times. You inspired me to go vegan. And that reminded me, impact doesn't always look big. Sometimes it's slow, most of the time. It looks silent, and it looks like little seeds. So I don't move based on perfect outcomes. I don't move based on numbers or letters. I move by smells. I'm just kidding. I don't move based on applause. I move because my heart won't let me stop. Because that's just how it works. It just beats, keeps you alive. No, I mean like, you know, my heart, my spark. The fire drive inside me to create this art. Make a better world for the new next generation when they start. Something like that. I'll work on that. And yeah, I'm still human. I still carry stress. I still get overwhelmed. I still feel the weight of everything I see and know. Especially trying to balance being a father, an artist, and a person who really cares about the world. Some days, the weight feels heavier than others. And that feeling, That emotional pressure of witnessing suffering and still choosing compassion. That's exactly what I poured into episode 5 of the saga. Not as some fantasy, but as a reflection of something very real. Because honestly, when I imagined a place like Slaughter City, a factory farm, over 20 miles in radius, the size of a city, it didn't feel that far-fetched. Not when you look at the scale of mass production. Not when you look at how much we've normalized suffering. It doesn't feel like science fiction. It feels like a warning. Episode 5 drops this Wednesday. If you've been following the story, I think you'll feel why this one matters. Thank you for watching. For the animals! Woo!